Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at the eTech 3.0 carry-on bag from eBags. And so I've had my eye on this bag for a while and I've had a few requests for it on the channel, so I went ahead and ordered one to test out. And so far it's been a pretty impressive kind of all-around travel bag that feels really well made and comes in at a pretty good price. And so I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and as always I really appreciate the suggestions for bags for me to check out on the channel. And so let's just go ahead and jump in and take a closer look at the eTech 3.0 carry-on backpack from eBags. So starting out with the outside of the bag, the eTech 3.0 has a pretty standard travel backpack look. It doesn't look very different from a lot of the other travel bags that we featured on the channel. It doesn't have a particularly sleek look in my opinion. It's just very utilitarian and functional. It is offered in a variety of different colors. I have a blue version here, but it's offered in black and red, so you can see all the different colors that the company offers on their site. And it feels really solidly built. It's made out of a polyester material that feels like it offers a fair amount of water resistance. The zippers feel pretty solid as well. They open and close very easily. I couldn't tell if they're YKK. I couldn't find the brand mark anywhere, so if I get any updates on that from the company, I'll make sure to update in the description below. But for the most part, they seem pretty reliable. I was a little surprised that they're kind of exposed. They don't have any sort of weather resistance, so if you do get caught in the rain, that is something to keep an eye out for. One nice thing about these zippers on the main compartments is that they do offer the ability to lock, so that does offer a little bit of extra protection against pickpockets. Here I just have a simple combination lock on one of the main areas, so nice to have that additional peace of mind. As far as the capacity, the bag is definitely bigger than I expected. It comes in at 45 liters and it has the ability to expand out to 50. So it's a pretty big bag if you like to carry a lot of stuff. I was happy to see that even though it's pretty big, it doesn't stick out too awkwardly. It actually has a fairly slim silhouette, especially when it's not expanded out to its 50-liter capacity. So it's pretty comfortable to walk around in. You still feel fairly mobile. One thing about the bag is that it is pretty tall, so if you have a shorter frame, that's going to be something to keep in mind. But with the 45-liter capacity, you're able to hold a ton of stuff, as you'll see when we get into the main areas. For me personally, this is bigger than what I like to travel with. Normally I like to stick to the 35 to 40 liter range, as I feel like this is the safest option when you're traveling on international airlines. As far as the weight, the bag comes in at around 3 pounds, so not super light but not too heavy either. It's just something you want to keep in mind as you're packing out. If you fill this up completely and with those 3 pounds of weight, you will likely surpass the weight restrictions, especially on the budget airlines that you'll find in Europe or Asia. Continuing along the outside, I was sad to see that there is no external water bottle compartment, but there are two nice well-padded handles on the outside that are going to be very helpful for putting this into an overhead storage compartment, or if you want to carry the bag like a briefcase. The handles are very well reinforced. They have a nice amount of padding and a nice meshy material to help prevent moisture from building up, so just really comfortable, simple handles. Moving on to the straps and the back paneling, I think this is an area where the bag really excelled. They've been very comfortable to wear and they feel durable, which gives it a leg up over some of the budget travel options that we've looked at in the past. So really well implemented straps here, nice amount of padding, nice meshy material on the inside to prevent that moisture from building up. I also like the width of the straps. They haven't dug into my shoulders as I've been wearing it, even when the bag is really full. On top of that, the bag also has an adjustable sternum strap to help distribute some of the weight. eBags also includes a waist belt of sorts. This is one of those simple, thin waist straps that I typically don't like to use. I don't feel like it adds much value or help with distributing the weight, but it is included if it's something that you want to try out. Moving on to the back paneling, great job here as well. The padding is nice and soft, very comfortable. I really like the meshy material. There's also a little bit of elevation, some air channels here to help airflow as you're walking around with this throughout the day. I do wish the padding had been a little bit more elevated to create a bigger air channel, but honestly with the bag this size, when you're wearing it for a longer period of time, there's really nothing that you can do to prevent moisture from eventually building up. On the back paneling, there's actually two suitcase pass-throughs. I believe this is due to the large size of the bag so that you have a little bit more support. It was a little bit annoying to have to pass two loops through to keep this secure to the bag. And honestly, I believe that with a bag this big, I think it's going to be a little bit unusual to travel with both a carry-on suitcase and this bag. But if you do have to travel with a lot of stuff, it is nice to have the ability to rest this on your suitcase to give your shoulders a little bit of a break. If you do find that you need to check the bag or you want to use it as a briefcase or a shoulder bag, you have the ability to tuck these straps away. And I really like how this was implemented here. The plastic used in this clip is very, very solid, which is typically one of my biggest worry points with budget travel bags. That was one of the biggest issues with something like the Amazon Basic Slim that we looked at a little while back. So love to see that these clips feel like they're gonna hold up well over the longer term. They're still really easy to release, so you can get that out very simply, and these straps tuck away into this pocket at the top to help give the bag a cleaner look or to prevent them from getting caught on anything if you do have to check it. If you prefer to wear this on your shoulder, the bag has these nice clips here and an included shoulder strap that you can use to wear this as a shoulder bag. And so the strap itself is pretty well implemented. It has a nice gel-like material, so it's very comfortable. I do wish this was a little bit longer, as it can take a little bit of adjusting the length of the strap to have it sit comfortably on your shoulder. I also wish that they had maybe included the meshy material here instead of this gel-like padding that you have, but it's still very comfortable and easily attaches to the clips. These are the same clips that we saw on the backpack straps, so very sturdy, easy to get on and off. And then the strap has a nice length, so that if you want to wear it on your shoulder or wear it as a crossbody bag, you will have the flexibility to do so. Jumping into the organizational options, if you ever wanted a bag with a lot of pockets, this is definitely going to be a good option for you. Lots of different ways to organize everything that you typically want to carry with you. And so starting on the outside, there's just two simple quick access compartments. Here at the top, we have a little bit of a smaller one that you can use for items such as your sunglasses, which is what I have here. I have my Ray-Bans with my case. This would be a great spot to put something like a phone charger, or I would also leave this a little bit emptier to put my stuff while going through TSA. So a nice amount of space here, no sort of felt lining or internal organization. A little bit lower down, there is a similarly designed but slightly larger quick access compartment. It also has a nice amount of volume if you have bigger items that you want to store there. And I like how deep this goes, so if you have taller items, this is going to be a good spot for them. Currently what I have in here is just my Kindle e-reader. And then I also have my Nomad Lane passport wallet. And then I also just have a lightning cable to charge my phone. So lots of leftover space with the items that I had in there. This would be a great spot to put something like a notebook or even some of those bulkier travel chargers. So really like the flexibility to kind of spread everything out and be able to get to it quickly. Next up is a larger admin type compartment with a wide opening and lots of internal organization for smaller items. Plenty of space in here. And as I mentioned, a few different slip pockets. So starting here at the top, I have my Field Notes notebook. And I really like the size of this slip pocket here. It's pretty slim, so you might not be able to get anything larger than a portable battery. And then next to that, there's a few slots for pens or something like a stylus. And then next to that, there is a slightly smaller slip pocket that comes out a nice amount. Currently what I have in here is my Apple Magic Mouse. And then this compartment is pretty deep. It goes pretty much to the bottom of the bag. So with a little bit of leftover space, and because this is a larger bag, I decided to throw in my Nomadic collapsible laundry basket. I really like having this in a hotel room to just kind of keep all my dirty laundry in one place. And so I have some leftover space here if I had wanted to put something like a jacket or an extra pair of shoes. There's also some large elastic slip pockets at the bottom with a nice meshy material so you can see what's in the compartments. This one I left empty, but as you can see, my hand can pretty much fit in there comfortably. And because of the elasticity, this is going to be a good spot to put something larger like a laptop charger. In the compartment next to that, which is a similar size and style, I just have my BluePop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. And then on the flap of the compartment, there's just a large slip area that you can use to put something like a folder. I kind of left this empty. I just didn't really need to use it, but still nice to have that additional separation in this larger area. Above that larger organizational area, there's another simple, slim compartment. I was a little bit confused with how to use this, especially because it's kind of sandwiched in between the main area and these quick access compartments on the front. It is a very deep pocket, and I believe that this is primarily made to pair with the flat toiletry bag that eBags sells. You're supposed to be able to tuck that in there. I haven't ever used that toiletry bag. I hope that it's really slim though, because the compartment doesn't quite come up that much. But still, this might be a good spot to put something like a larger folder or a magazine. Currently what I have in here is actually my BagSmart cable organizer. Because of the slimness of this, it actually fits in there very easily. And because of the placement of this compartment, I'm able to get it in and out quickly. So interesting placement for this compartment. Maybe not something that I'd use that much, but still nice to have it, and it doesn't really get in the way if you choose not to use it. Next up, I want to talk about the laptop compartment, which also has the ability to lock. It has a little bit of a different system. It has one of these loops that you can pair with a lock. Unfortunately, the zipper is a little bit exposed, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Especially for the laptop area, I really would have liked to have seen some additional protection. But regardless, it is easy to open the compartment and to reach down and grab your device. And I was very impressed with the sleeve that was offered here. And so you see it has a Velcro loop to help keep the device in place. Lots of space for a larger laptop. Currently what I have in here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, but you can definitely fit up to a 15-inch laptop, maybe even a 17-inch. I really like how the laptop sleeve was implemented. It has a soft felt lining on the inside. It offers a fair amount of protection. The padding is a little bit flimsier, but on the back it's very well padded. But one of the most important things is that the compartment is actually elevated off the bottom of the ground, which I really love to see. And then pulling the laptop out, you can get to it very easily. You can see the back doesn't have felt lining, only on the front, but still nice to have that little bit of protection against scratching. And even though the bag is pretty filled out right now, I was happy to see that there wasn't a lot of pressure being placed on the device, so plenty of space and nice amount of protection offered here. And so the last area that we're going to be taking a look at is the main compartment, which has a nice wide suitcase style opening, which makes for very easy packing. And so here you can see everything that I currently have in the bag. I like that it's not all super tight because of the larger size of the bag, but what I currently have in here is the same items that you've seen in all my other travel bag videos. So enough to get me through 2 to 3 weeks of travel. And there's still some leftover space if you typically like to pack a little bit more. And so jumping into the items that I have here, the first thing is the nomadic toiletry bag. I've been testing this out. I'm definitely gonna be doing a video for this in the future. Next up, as always, I have a pair of Toms with me, and then another pair of flatter sneakers. And then there are some compression straps in the bag to help prevent things from sliding around or to just squeeze things down to get a little bit more space. So here at the top, I just have my smaller packing cube with my underwear, socks, and other clothing items. And then I also have my larger double-sided packing cube with my jeans and shirts and larger clothing items. And so now with the compartment empty, you can get a good look. It's just a large bucket of space. I really like the simplicity here. No internal pockets or additional zippers. And then one thing that I thought was interesting about this bag is that it actually has the ability to expand about 1.5 inches that will take this from 45 to 50 liters. So here you can see about how much it would come out. And honestly, with a bag this size, I'm not sure I would really need the ability to expand. It's already such a large bag that by expanding it out, I would just be worried that there's that much more probability that I'd have to check the bag. The last thing I'll mention while we're on the main compartment is that there is an additional mesh zippered compartment on the flap, so just providing a little bit of additional separation if you have a jacket or maybe some dirty laundry that you want to keep separate from the other items. It's always nice to have these larger compartments here. I typically don't use them that much, but I like that it lays flat against the flap if you don't want to use it. So really great job on this main area and with the bag overall. There's nothing really revolutionary here. This is just a really solid, versatile travel bag for anybody who's looking for something that's not gonna break the bank and is gonna hold up well over the longer term. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the eBags eTech 3.0 carry-on backpack. The bag feels pretty well made. It has tons of space and organizational options. It's comfortable to wear and it comes in at a pretty reasonable price. And so at the time of filming this video, you can purchase this on eBags or Amazon for about $80, which I think is a really great price considering the quality and the features that the bag has to offer. I've seen the price fluctuate between that $80 price point and around $110. So at $110, it's still a pretty reasonable price for the features that the bag offers, but there is a little bit more competition as you start to get over the $100 range. So at $80, I'd say this is a no-brainer for anybody looking for a solid all-around travel bag coming in at under $100. And so as I was using this, it definitely reminded me a lot of the Amazon Basics travel backpacks that we've featured on the channel. We've actually featured 2 versions of the Amazon Basics bags, the original and their recently released Slim Weekender bag, which has an updated design and a little bit better build quality. And those bags seem to have taken a lot of design inspiration from eBags models in the past. And so for people looking for travel bags under $100, those Amazon Basic bags have typically been kind of my go-to recommendations. With that being said, if you're able to get this bag at the $80 price point, I think it's going to be a no-brainer as the build quality is a little bit better on this. But if the bag is at its $110 price point and you need a bag that's under $80, the Amazon Basic bags are going to be great options to check out. Another bag that this reminded me of was the Heinz Eagle travel backpacks that we featured on the channel, in particular the 44-liter version that we featured more recently. That was another solid under $100 travel bag with lots of organizational options. It had a pretty similar size to this, and it's actually a little bit more lightweight. So if you're looking for another good option in the $70 to $80 price range that's going to be a little bit lighter than this one, I definitely recommend you check the Heinz Eagle bag out. If you have a little bit of a higher budget, another good option to check out would be the standard luggage code travel backpack, which we looked at a little while back. That one comes in at around $180, and that one's going to be a little bit more solidly built than this one. It's a similar size. It also has the ability to expand out. If you want something that's going to be a little bit more reliable and offer some additional weather resistance, I definitely recommend you check that bag out. And then the last option I'll mention here is the Tortuga set out line of bags. On the channel we featured the 35-liter version, but it's also offered in a larger 45-liter if you want something closer to this bag here. And these set out bags are going to be in a slightly higher price range, coming in at around $180 to $200 depending on the size that you get, but they do offer a little bit better build quality and a lot more comfort. They also include a really great removable waist belt that's going to help if you think you're going to be carrying a lot of weight. But with all that being said, the eTech 3.0 carry-on bag holds up great to all the options that we just mentioned, and it comes in at a really great price. eBags has a great reputation for making solid bags, so if you're looking for a really solid and versatile travel backpack that's not going to break the bank and is going to be very reliable, I definitely recommend you guys check this one out. And so if you guys have used other eBags products in the past, I'd definitely love to hear your experience. I've definitely enjoyed using them. I'm curious to try out more of their bags and their daily bags in particular. And if you guys found this video useful, please go ahead and give us a like, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and thank you guys so much.